Hello, everyone. I am Lumen, and today I will be reading the first of the books I've written as part of my very, very enthusiastic writing. A book that's kind of important to me, but then again, all of them are. It's the oldest one I have saved, and well, let's just get straight into it. The first book of the series I titled Arrive, and this book is called, well, number one, Elfen Self. Now, if you'll excuse me for a bit, you can read ahead if you'd like. I will be adding AI generated music just for vibes and for myself because I will be reading out loud. While the music generates, well, how are you? Me, I'm doing pretty well. This is the first time I ever do anything like this. Yeah, it's wonderful. Well, let's see how it all turns out. Let's see how it all turns out. Chapter 1, Unworth. And don't come back! And so ended my service. I do wonder, why our country still does this. Other countries in the world don't, right? Is it because there's an armed neighbor up top that this country is scared? Is it because this country still just treats them as armed activists rather than a proper country? I can't say. But I can say this. I hate the military. Welcome home, big bro. I took break before. I took breaks before. It was hard it was hard coming back. But it was even harder going back there. I'm home. My little sister runs to hug me, but I just feel tired. Yours is just right around the corner, Big family meetup will probably happen soon. She tells me over dinner. I made sure to order chicken. At least I made money. I won't go. I don't know why I even suggested it. Just something deep in my stomach said that I don't want to. Her eyes open wide, and she drops the chicken, only to try and catch it quick, only to miss it completely and drop it on her black pleated skirt. I guess she dressed up for me, huh? A black skirt, a white short-sleeved button-up shirt, and a red bow around her neck under the collar. Meanwhile, I'm in camo. Short black hair, buzz cut really, and I'm quite fat. And this music is not quite right. As you might be able to tell, this is the first time I am doing this, and it's going to be one uncut video. Fun, I suppose. But I like to think it's more genuine this way. So it's kind of on purpose until I change it, but maybe I won't. Let's see if this one's better. Short black hair, buzz cut, really. And I'm quite fat. How many criticisms that invited. Ah, no! She basically tears up, taking the chicken up with her fingers from the floor. I went my way. I went out of my way to wear a new one. No. I just smile a little. Next thing I know, I'm crouched in front of the washing machine, making sure it gets washed properly. I have to do the rest of her clothes too. She's quite, well, incapable of keeping anything clean, and has a real talent for ruining chores. Will it be okay? And a little crouched, arms leaning on my knees, watching it spin. It will. She sniffles a little. I'll go change. Yes, she was just wearing underwear. You could say we've been desensitized to one another. Shirt on top. Just not a little. And I see my face in the reflection. The barely there reflection. Brown eyes, a little small, and a very chubby face. They insisted on getting me fit. I insisted on learning how to cook. I might actually like it. Should I have attended a culinary school? I just stayed there. I just stay there, blinking slowly, a neutral expression on my face. I don't want to. I don't want to attend anything school. I hang my head, looking at the grey tiled floor. Just 2 years till masters, right? I studied architecture. I found buildings interesting. Turns out it was much more fun being interested in them than actually studying. I finished my bachelor's. I finished my bachelor's, and I raised my head to look at myself again, seeing the skirt moving. My eyes look even more tired. And then what? I take a deep breath and slowly exhale. Will I get an architecture-relating job? I just know it. It's probably optimal for me to get a part-time job or something. Hannah, my little sister, will be starting her university this year. I smile a little sarcastically, assuming she gets in. And then my face goes neutral again. I hate studying. It's just memorization anyway. If I'm actually interested in something, I remember it really easy, you know? Why don't you use those budgets of yours to actually make what you teach interesting instead of pressuring the students with deadlines and nonsense? My eyes roll over a bit, and I nod to myself, and I get to doing dishes. Anna walks back in with black sweatpants, washed out, black socks, same as me. Are you serious? She asks me. I know, washing the dishes. I just don't want to go. She purses her lips just a bit with a tiny pout, looking down all sad. I don't want to either. I nod a bit and look at her, and then smile. You'll miss out on pocket money from some relatives, Will? She frowns and stomps a bit. You promised me some snacks from military money anyway. I smile a bit more and get back to the dishes. She looks at them sadly and looks a bit more deflated. She's about 154 centimeters and really petite and flat. Me, a mighty 180 and a bit over 130 kilos. This girl probably weighs about a third of me. Yeah. And no matter what she eats, she doesn't gain weight or just. Oh, probably looking to moving out. I say. And she just stares, looking at me slowly. I nod a bit. She saddens. Could I come too? I shake my head a little. I bet it'll be with roommates, you know, cheap student stuff. And after, my hands stop, and I sigh, leaning onto the counter. Hang my head. She looks all concerned, hands near her chest, like she wants to do something, but doesn't know what. I nod a bit. Probably. I smile a bit. Try and fake it, but it's getting harder and harder, you know. I look at her. Probably find something to do. For now, focus on my studies. And I keep washing up. She stays near and watches. I'm home! Oh, is Hyunsu back? I hear in my back. My ears almost prick up. A voice that's never pleasant to hear. Not because of abuse or anything. Just what I'd call unintentional neglect. Simply because the woman doesn't know how to parent. And the father, are the same. I get why Hannah's worried, but I don't know what to do on my own already. I really don't. I don't change out until it's my turn to wash up. I guess I'll get a little free time before my studies resume. I've it all sorted out. I don't really want to room with strangers, but I don't know what else to do. When Father gets home, he acts all proud that I served our country or whatever nonsense. Patriotism is crap anyway. And once they do their little rituals of, oh, you're back, we hope you're okay, they just go watch the TV and do nothing else. My eyes wander past the living room as I walk out my white sleepwear. Look, they're both double screening, not even paying attention to one another. On their smartphones, I mean. She went a little. And as I walk up the stairs to my room, where I already unpacked, I spot Hannah leaning against the railing, her back against it on her phone. She notices me. Big bro. I guess I spooked her a bit. I look in the direction. She opens her mouth a bit, but then almost grimaces sadly a bit as she has a turn after me. And the next day, and the next few days after that, there's a non-stop theater about how I'll be shaming the family if I don't attend. There's a lot of extended family in this Kim family of ours, and they all get together on New Year's. A big party to celebrate the new year. Probably over 100 people, especially if you include the old folks. Here it's just us four. There are grandparents in the countryside, but we kind of stop visiting outside when tradition calls or something. You can see them during that yearly party too. Normally, this family has a little get-together as a family on Christmas the 24th for Christmas dinner. We don't really do gifts. Well, I bumped myself. I've tuned out the complaining. They just go do their own thing after anyway, all fuming. And I smile. Why not? I've always enjoyed giving things. And as I go to my room, where my computer is and all, I spot Hannah near the railing again, looking all worried, leaning over. She has long brown hair and these pig brown eyes. She said she wants to get plastic surgery at some point to look better, but I think it's a waste of time. Why bother? I look at her and she squints a bit. Is everything okay? I shake my head. Not if you ask them. I smile. So much for doing the country proud, am I right? She smiles sadly too and gulps. Wish me luck! I nod a bit, step to the side as she tries to run past me. Except, big bro, I couldn't tell them. I'm currently playing StarCraft 2, really. I like the graphics better. And I'm good at English too, so it's in English. I could be playing League, except I've played League, meaning I know League is shit. Take it from a League player. Don't play League, you'll be depressed. Or maybe that's how I'm feeling this thing. Screw you, Riot Games. I mean Protoss, something out there. Regality just hits a tone with me, you know? So polished, so beautiful, elegant. I kind of wish the things we studied in architecture were like that. Instead, half it is, you know, how to do stupid plumbing in half artisanal, half concrete buildings. You ever see those little slabs of concrete, rectangles and all that people live in? I might join them soon, you never know. Why we studied those so much, I'll never know. Help me, big bro. She decided to sit on my right leg and lean on me. Well, I most like playing against AI anyway, so I just paused the game and look at her. And what do I get from that? I take my headphones off. She frowns a bit with a small pout and then kisses me a tiny bit on the right cheek. You'll have your little sister and maybe a bigger kiss. Close my eyes a little and open them. And this is how Christmas dinner was spent, with mostly moaning and complaining. You see, I insisted Hannah had agreed to help me with some prep for school I decided to do since I'm choosing to skip New Year's. She'll be going to prospect a building with me. It's funny, never really lied to my folks, you know. Without information, sure, but if you don't ask, you don't know. That's how it works here, right? So why should I treat them any different? Thank you. In the end, they kept insisting, and basically threatened to take us both by force, and I gave a little fresh reminder that I'm still kind of athletic from the military. Funny, they kept shouting how ungrateful I am. Too bad. And all the same, I wasn't kicked out or anything. Nothing. Nothing at all. Even being angry like this, they don't know how to parent. Neither of them. Don't have children then. Hannah is in tears, just wearing a grey shirt and grey sweatpants. It's funny, you know. She tends to argue against people non-stop and explodes at a lot of things, especially if something is wrong. Like, let me think of this one meme. Excuse me, he asked for no pickles. That kind of person. Except, well, she never knows how to talk back to her parents. She always goes quiet and looks guilty. Like being treated like a person is a sin. As for me, I don't really know. I guess I was the same. Except unlike her, I've always been quiet. Here, it's after the dinner. She went to join me in my room. She doesn't like being inside of hers, since really, it's a mess. Guess I'll have to help her clean at some point. You'd think a girl would be more ashamed of leaving undies in places, but not her, nope. Sure, she blushes when I clean, but chores tend to be my work. I even prepared the Christmas dinner. Anyhow, I pulled out a wrapped present. She blinks a few times as we're sitting on my bed. Open it. It's a red wrapper with a green ribbon. She gulps and starts opening it. Big bro, she says, all touched. I smile a bit. Got her a box of chocolates. They'll probably be gone by tomorrow. Then again, I love eating too. If it's in my room, it gets eaten, I say. Well, unless it's a gift for someone else. Say, she offers me some and cheerfully chomps down on them. And finally, on New Year's, I'm an adult, big bro, so let's get drunk. She, for the first time in her life, tries alcohol big time. I've never drunk, really, but in the military it kind of became mandatory. I don't even remember whether it was allowed or not, but the guys definitely had it. I think I've only grown to hate it since, but I guess there could be nice booze out there. So I tried to have the softer, sweeter kinds. I like sweet stuns. Turns out she's a super clingy kind of drunk. Should have guessed, I guess. Big bro. We sit on a park bench in a park overlooking a portion of Seoul. We live kind of on the outskirts in a family home. Small, yes, but definitely still in Seoul. Fireworks begin to launch as the countdown hits midnight, and I hear her as she sleepily leans on me. Don't leave. I want you to leave. I nod a bit, but you know, I don't see a better way out. Has it been 10 years already? I say, tired. I'm 34 now. I work an office job. HR. There's a whole story there, but right now I'm just feeling tired. Oh, almost. I did most definitely end up leaving that house. She cried. And for what I know, she never dared not come to that party again after that. I never went again. She loved to hang out with me when she could, but always seemed to have a reason not to. Got a part-time job and all. Her and me both. Somehow the parents became even less reliable than they were before after I left. And the house became an unkempt mess. So she found a place to live at with several other girls. Me, guys who were pigs. If I wasn't a neat freak before, I became one now. And I got really good. On the bright side, I did get a part-time job at a place that did food. It was nice getting better at cooking. Maybe I really should have chosen culinary school instead. Nowadays, it's about the only thing that makes me happy, you know? And even still, today, I just ordered food. It's October, about the middle of it. That's how tired I'm feeling. I was just scrolling for some old photos. I guess that was our first party, just the two of us together. She still likes to get up to them around that time, after the party and all. Says you can't start the year proper if you don't do this. She went to an economics school and dropped out. Ever since then, she's hopped between jobs, even had to stay at my own place a few times. I live alone, you know, those boring apartment buildings. The landlord is always absent, which is nice. The insulation is strong and the neighbors are all quiet. It's really nice. I even think I got a bargain, a decently large place, a decently large space for a decently low rent. And the subway is not that far either, so I can get to work easy. I stopped myself. I just saddened again. looking at that photo where she's trying to look so cheerful. I was already tired back then, wasn't I? Just look at those eyes. I think it's only gotten worse. I close the phone and go to the dishes, leaving the phone on the kitchen table. I like having proper chairs at the table, even if this place has a sitting room, and even a proper separate living room. It's great. Why am I only focusing on bargains? I don't want to live that way. Somehow, I think the washing of the dishes just made everything worse. Look at the clock I have hanging above the table. On the head of the table is pushed against 4 chairs, 2 on each side. The head of the table, so to speak, empty. No chair. It's Friday. I hate work. I hate the place I work at. I think most everyone does. But somehow, knowing I won't be going there, that I have to be here all alone for the whole weekend, somehow that makes it all worse. Look at the phone and some really dark thoughts cross my mind. Like, what's the point of this all? Is this how people who kill themselves feel? Should I? But almost as if to interrupt them all, the phone rings, and I smile. What trouble did you get yourself into this time? Well, that was chapter 1. Let's try to change the music a little. Hopefully it'll still be mournful. We'll see how Snow treats us this time. Maybe we'll get 3 chapters in. We'll see how long this goes. The goal is under an hour. Let's see. Chapter 2. Yonder. The phone call was Hannah. And guess what? Big bro? She sounds all distraught. Maybe it's because I know her well. Maybe I'm just good at telling what people are like. I think it might be both. Go on, Hannah. She gulps. Could I stay over for a couple nights? I'll be right out. Promise. She sniffles. A little towards the end there. I nod a bit. Sure. There's a pause. Really? She sounds almost shocked. A sniffle. I nod. Do I help you pack, or I already packed? And there's a quiet pause. A very long and quiet pause. But I know the call didn't go out. Out. In fact, I check it midway. I nod a bit. I just wait and look around a bit. Guess I should get ready to clean better than before, huh? Take my jacket and tie off, but otherwise I'm still basically in uniform. Let's see, is it cold outside? By the time I put on a non-suit jacket, black puffy one, I'm getting my sneakers on. I hear a response. All packed, she says, basically sounding guilty. I take a deep breath. Guess we'll be spending New Year's together. I lock the door. She protests, but then pauses. Could we? You kind of are taboo at the. Sure. And a brief pause of happiness as she makes slightly glad noises. And I close the door. And then I gasp for realization. Big bro, what are you saying? I promised to be out of your hair by then. I half close my eyes as I'm walking to the exit. Last time you said that, more than half a year flew by. And once I get outside, give me an address. I'll call a taxi and get it all loaded. Might have a driver's license. I'd have a car, and I haven't driven one since I got it, so you know. Right. And she gives me the address to where she should be living right now. I know a little. Alright, see you there. You hear her go. See ya. And I hang up, getting a taxi. It explained that there'll be an extra luggage plus a trip to the address and back here. Good thing I have a good chunk of cash stashed. I make a decent amount. Well, I think we're the high earners in our company, ignoring the boss that I and everyone else hates. A subsidiary of a big electronics company, mostly doing data spreadsheets and some nonsense. Me? HR. I guess I can tell that story now. It's a decently long ride. Basically, I got in by luck. After finishing my master's, I was just job hunting. I told myself it'd be temporary. I'll find a job that suits my skill set. Stuff I actually studied or knew well. I got taken in because my face looked friendly, I think. Plus, they intended to abuse the fact I had really good English, I think. But, well, I want to call them massive layoffs. But frankly, I don't know what happened. What I do know happened is that after 1 week of being introduced to this fairly diverse, about half and half men and women HR department that seemed to be the finger in this entire company, everyone but me got sacked. Was it because I was a new hire? Well, funny enough, that came with an instant promotion since apparently they can't not have a team lead, and I guess they were too lazy to hire a competent one, so they threw me, a newbie, with 1 entire week of watching some training videos into the role. That week was so hectic. I felt so unworthy and like I'm less as I tried to be all respectful to my seniors and so on and so forth, and then the next week hit. They did some rapid recruitment tactics. With 7 new colleagues, I was the lead of a whole department, human resources no less. I did my best to take lead, but basically they were sheep. All girls. There were some 20 people before, and we were expected to take on the same load. All the time. Sorry. At the time, I didn't know how to stand up to upper management, so like a fool, I just accepted it. I think all of them came out of high school or something, definitely not university girls, which honestly, I don't understand, since my own application specified I had to be at least a master's in something. Seriously. And I honestly wish they were nice people. Maybe they were. Maybe they weren't willing to open up. Maybe something else. But every comment they made sounded a bit hollow, you know? Like, there's no reason they were talking other than to talk. I just tried my best to respond as politely as I could, but it kind of made my head all messed up. Today, we still take on too much work, and 50 members other than me, still all women somehow, and frankly, I'm either treated like I'm not there, or like I'm a woman when it comes to break time, complaining about all the men in the building and whatnot, like I'm somehow not included, which, on the one hand, nice, you know? On the other, is a good thing. Even those break times seem hollow, you know? Plus, that company had some serious sexual harassment issues. Not from me, thank God, but, you know. But, I guess that's a story for another time, since we've arrived. And, actually, it's a parking lot near the building. After helping her get on, and loading all her things, all more or less washed poorly or destroyed, no doubt, we sit in the taxi, all quiet. She just looks down, like she doesn't want to talk. She hasn't really changed. I guess she might look a bit different. She never got that surgery, I think. If she did, I definitely don't see it. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. She has blue jeans and a white long-sleeved shirt, both looking kind of yellow. Brown socks and dirty-looking black shoes. I let my hair grow out just a bit, but I guess I grew used to short. I don't think I got much fatter, you know. But, ah well. It feels a bit awkward in the car to say anything, really. And Hannah keeps looking up every now and then, as if she wants to say something, but seems too conscious of the driver to say it. And she squints a bit as I pay the sum after unloading and all. Yeah, sort of grimace. And finally, the driver drives away. Big bro, I look at her and smile. Did you eat yet? She shakes her head a bit odd. Look at the app I like to order from. House Pizza. She smiled. Only if there's pineapple on it. I know what pineapple it is. Too bad, whoever dislikes the idea. I like it quite a bit. Any dessert? I pick up a bag. I pick up a big bag and sling it over my shoulder. She has 2 more like it, so I put them on. I try to put them on. Well, cake, maybe? No, chocolate cake, got it. She comes to the bush. Is this really okay? I nod. He got kicked out, right? She looks down sad. I smile. Come on, let's go in. And we do take it all in. And look at who went straight for the bottle of soju in the fridge. I only keep a few, you know. It's nice to sip occasionally and go through whole bottles in a night. Also, I don't drink my problems away. I wonder why people do that. It won't help, you know. And we decide to take the food once it arrives into the seating room. It's the only room with a heated floor here, you know. Plus, I guess we sit on the floor at home all the time. She's cross-legged on a pillow. I'm telling you, what a creep! That's her second glass and second slice. Her face is red already. I'm even halfway my first glass, but I just finished my second slice. Got an extra large pizza since, well, I might have already eaten, but who doesn't have room for good pizza? Got a large whole chocolate cake too. Yes, different place. Yes, they delivered this late. Yes, it'll be gone in no time at all. I had a room in the fridge. Plus, it's nice every now and then, you know? Honestly, I'm surprised he had the guts. I take a bite. She nods heavily. Yeah, patties are a girl's treasure. Screw you, you creepy landlord. She cheers the glass straight above her and then downs it. I guess we're both sitting cross-legged. I kind of struggle singing other ways. She can sit on the floor proper, on her thighs, easy. Me, oh, it's tough. Big legs, massive, really. Half of my weight might be in them. Maybe. I never tried to check. I guess. I meant. And I take another slice. With your laundry skills, I'm not sure I should call him a creep or applaud his bravery. And she just stares at me, almost offended, but more shocked that I dare say it. I smile and shrug. Don't worry. Big bro got it handled. Yeah. I'm just glad this apartment is so big. I have my own dryer and washing machine. And she heavily purses her lips. Cross her arms. No fair. It's not funny, big bro. And she looks an exaggerated, on purpose kind of sad. I smile. I'm sorry. What will this big brothers have to do to earn your forgiveness, oh queen of incredible laundry? She smiles. You have to open up your bed to me, peasant. And for a moment, my eyes go tired. I was about to decline. You see, she was basically glued to me as soon as she could walk. I never made nothing of it. It took me hitting puberty to start telling her off. Yes, you heard that right. I bathed my little sister until she was 9. And I thought it was perfectly normal. Normally, I'd tell her off. Maybe dismiss it. But it's like that moroseness from earlier just hit me square in the face. It just feels a bit hollow. I nod a bit and pick up a glass and finish it. Exhale after it, wipe my mouth a bit. Nod. Sure. She smiles and then basically jumps to hug me. Yee, I love you, big bro. And just like that, after some more moaning and complaining, laundry is set to be cleaned. Even a bit wasted, I still know how to clean. I make sure to wash myself. At least she's not going to jump in with me at 30. And then I find myself in my bed with her, glued to my left side, holding on to me for her life. She took off my shirt as a sleeping dress, her shoulder, left one, poking out. And me, I got an extremely large shirt some time back. I think it's intended for one of those people so fat they need a mobility scooter or something. I wanted to feel a bit better about myself. Not sure it worked, but it's just a plain white teen shirt. Empty, really. Boxers underneath. Like she has panties. There's just enough street light that I should be able to see. I turns it up and lift her shirt a bit, and then close my eyes and let it go as she snuggles a bit more up to me as I lie back down. Of course she went down there. What do I expect of a drunk? She was giggling and laughing and soaring with arms extended, almost like an airplane, saying how she looks forward to living with me again. I know you'll grow up, Anna. I smiled first, but now looking at the ceiling, I feel sad and empty again. My face neutral. You know, this hyperactive thing at my side. Grow up. huh? I say quietly, and I think she just tried to give me a kiss in her sleep. I nod a bit. Maybe I did grow up. Maybe this is what being a grown-up is like. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Is everyone else the same? I sigh, before even finishing the thought. They are. That's probably why I feel so hollow. Remember how I said I wasn't good at English? You see, just because we were overworked didn't mean I wasn't shoved into plenty of places that required good English. Funny, my English was often better than those of the... Funny, my English was often better than that of those I talked to. At first, I guess I only saw my co-workers. First, the sheep-like girls that don't question a thing they're told and find endlessly creative ways to fail simple tasks. Then there's the company, even that shitty boss, although in a shitty way. Everyone has their own flavor of it, I guess. Then I started noticing people on the subway, sometimes even in public places, like a square or a restaurant. It got to the point where I even certain parents. What did you think you wouldn't be there? All happy and smiling, buying things for their children. This look of why? Not a guilt imparting why. Not like when you're asking a person, just a deep why. Why is it this way? Why is life this way? Why? And honestly, looking back, my heart stings. Why, huh? Not a bit. Look at the girl stuck to my side and smile a little. It's funny. I try to slowly stroke the back of her head. She just needs me more in her sleep. You might be the only person to show me any love in my life. And even then, you suck at taking care of yourself. I don't get it. I'm back at the ceiling. What can I do? Kindergarten was about the only place I still felt like life was happy. School sucked. Going to school sucked. High school sucked way harder. The bachelor's degree sucked. Service ultra super duper sucked. And the master's degree felt like a torch flickering its last bits of light. I'm more of a might as well do it than anything else. I guess I invested too much or something, huh? I feel so hollow. What can I do? Any skill sets? Nothing unless you want me to get an identical job at a different place. And me? I don't want that. I can't drive either, so anything with a driver's license is pointless. Architecture? Please, maybe if I was fresh from uni, who's going to want a guy who needs Architecture? Please, maybe if I was fresh from uni, who's going to want a guy that needs a refresher on the damn basics? Right, my age might not be appealing. No wonder people hate quitting. Imagine hiring an old person. And then there's this mindset. Is it sarcasm? Thriftiness? Efficiency? What do I even call it? Like I try to imagine the worst case scenario and dismiss anything more favorable. Maybe I take things too extremely? Or maybe I smile sadly. Maybe I close my eyes and rest my head. Maybe I just have too good an imagination. Or maybe I should say accurate, to the point of pessimism. And I hate my life sometimes. Now, that was chapter 2. Looks like we'll only manage the one more chapter, but I hope it'll be a good one. It's been a while since I've written this. Let's put the previous track back on and see if it fits. Thank you for listening so far, by the way. I hope you've enjoyed. I'm not quite used to reading out loud, but maybe I'll get better too. Anyway. Chapter 3. Love. When I come to, something feels off. I blink a few times and look around. Hannah! I hear Mom's voice. Right! I get up, but that's not my name. Even though I respond to it, even though this is my room and no one else's. In my old home. Next thing I know, I'm all dressed up in the school uniform Hannah used to wear to high school. As I eat breakfast, prepared by these two faceless people who resemble my parents, but only have these fake smiles. The rest of the face is blank. I notice my reflection in a bowl of water nearby. I see Hannah's face. Helping a few times. You'll be late to school. Eat faster. And I feel a small smack by the mama. Ow, fine. I even try to talk like Hannah, obviously. But as I eat, I don't appear in school. Instead, for some reason, I'm at a train station. Not just the way I am, but still as Hannah, at 9 years old, naked with water and soap scattered all over me. And I just stand there shaken. There's loud train crossing sounds and the sound of a whistle in the distance. And then, my eyes sadden in an expression that no 9-year-old child should make. Dun, 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 dun. One Hannah never made when she was 9. This wholeness scared me here, followed me here, and I see the rail tracks, and I almost considered it, walking onto them as the train is about to arrive. I just shake my head a little. Strange. There was just us free at breakfast, weren't there? So, what are you thinking of getting for lunch, Hyun-soo? An HR co-worker of mine suddenly speaks up. I jolt my head towards her, as if I had just dozed off at work. Well, and as I was about to speak up, she always eats her pre-cooked meals. Man, if only I could cook that well, I'd snatch up a husband in no time. Somehow, for some reason, these co-workers end up in a sitting room. Some of them eating fast food, some restaurant meals, some just simple rice dishes in their hands. I have my well-cooked chicken with rice and a sauce and some sides of veggies in my Tupperware, except I'm missing my thighs. What they wear, a black suit, a short skirt, black tights. Seeing my own reflection again in a pocket mirror colleague uses to check her makeup. It's almost as if I was still Hannah, but working my job. So when are you getting married, Hyun-soo? You're not going to be young forever, you know. My head jolts back in the direction of face this colleague just asked. But instead, I end up looking at Hannah in the couch in my living room. Knock it off, Mom! I'll find someone if I want to! That was the last time she stayed over, wearing only a shirt and her panties, not even socks, snuggled into a blanket. I have many blankets because I like to keep warm and cozy. She pouts heavy, turning on the TV on, but it's just static. And she smiles and looks to her left at me. Come join me, big sis. And I stare wide open. My body feels like it's shaking, and my eyes go a little sad. A wholeness can be felt in my chest, and I look down. I mean, I fell asleep in. The way I fell asleep in it. Still myself. A man. Hang my head and smile sarcastically. Maybe years of envy caught up. Is this also a dream? They must be. I remember leaving my room. I appeared in a room, no, a place. The moment I stared ahead, in front of me expanded a wide expanse, a bright blue sky with the occasional cloud coming over. The sun not visible, the horizon a straight line all around. Below my feet, what looks like the surface of water, perfectly reflecting the sky, but also it isn't wet, and there's no depth in it. Maybe I can see it around my toes a bit, but it really isn't. You see, maybe my circumstances just made it worse. A clingy sister who definitely shared with me what all stages of a little girl look like naked, but in line at least. A team I had to lead to this day still filled with only women. Sure, I had a horrible time at service with being all guys. I hated it, truly. But, you know, always wanted to know. I nod a bit and look ahead. I guess she didn't have it easy either, huh? I take slow, deep breaths. But still, I might feel a bit bad. I know trans people exist. In a sense, I never wanted to be one. It just feels incomplete. Plus, like I said, I might feel a bit bad, but I genuinely view the women that want to become men as stupid. Why would you want that? Why would you even want that? What's the point of going that direction? Male to female, that's the way. But, you know, I never really honestly share this with anyone. Well, maybe I said a few cringe things about it, but my little sister inevitably rubbed her body against me in bath. Then again, somehow, I feel like she was clinger back then. She didn't even care I was a boy. She gave my head a little and look around. Well, now what? I take a deep breath and try to step a little. I can walk. It feels a bit real, maybe. I look up at my right forearm. I'm left-handed, by the way. I could try and pinch myself to see if I wake up. But do I want to? I just look ahead, sorrowful, in that empty, hollow way. I nod a bit. If I wake up, what then? Look down at my hands. Say what you will, but I don't think my fingers look fat. Still, definitely larger and more masculine than Hannah's. So I look back up. Like each time I look up, it gets heavier, more hard to do that. My eyes half closed as I slump over a bit. I sit down, cross-legged in this weird space, and hang my head more. I just want it all to end. I'm not even able to put into words what all is supposed to be. Am I alive? Being a man? How? It's because I'm in a dream. Doesn't mean it'll happen. I've had dreams where I was a Hannah before. The weirdest one was I almost dreamt about having sex with her. Honestly, what my head comes up with sometimes. I can't think of it. Smile a little in response to this dumb thought. I might not know what she looks like now. Not a bit. Guess that's why that dream ended like that. I don't remember dreams often. Just, some stick with you sometimes. There's vague recollections that you don't even know if they were real. Look, I can barely remember what I just dreamt. Weird. I look up, hands on my knees, looking at the sky as the clouds go by. Normally, that happens when I wake up. Forgetting dreams inside of a dream. I breathe slowly. In and out. Not a bit, and not a bit. What a riot. I smile a bit and scan the place with my eyes. Clouds of various shapes. And then I nod a bit. If I could. I definitely want to try. Take a deep breath and stand up. But I feel like this emptiness. Look around. Look at my forearm again. And go to try and pinch. For just a moment. This scary thought occurs. What if this is reality and I'm awake? What then? But just as I'm about to touch the skin, I smile. Almost a bit too much. At least. And then my eyes open a bit. As my mouth goes neutral. At least I won't have to go to work. I hate that place. I know what else I do. But I'd at least never enter an office ever again. I don't have the skills to manage anything else. I'm not sure I could even support my lifestyle on a lower salary. But I know I don't want to work under people if I can help it. Just hang my head, touch the skin. All ifs, maybe, but no action in sight. I keep thinking about what I don't want to do, what I dislike, but I don't exactly remember when the last time I actually wanted to do something was. Everything's been getting dull recently. TV, the internet, games. Oh, games especially. Hate them all as now. Eating is still good. And cooking, sometimes I just can't be arsed. I just can't. It almost feels like that's happening more and more. More and more. Declining invitations, I can do. Who knows? Quitting might happen too. Speaking of trans people, I still remember how a girl in my team got fired for that. Got fired for that. I didn't even know she was trans, couldn't tell. I'd call it a success, But the instant the boss learned of it, no procedure, no nothing. She was fired the next day. Just like that. So even if I think I'm safe, even if I think I'm important, it could happen to me too, Probably for a different reason, but yeah. Yeah, shame that actually. I think she was kind of a nice girl. If a bit too dumb. Dumb, huh? Yeah. That That's the right word for it. This whole world, this whole situation, the fact it all ended up like this, even the fact that I had to train for a war I didn't want, it's all dumb. So very dumb. And none of it. Maybe I was jealous of the service thing too. And I look around. I wish I was like Hannah. Maybe we'd be able to relate better. Maybe life wouldn't feel so dumb, you know. Maybe it would also get worse, but I kind of want to take that risk. If I don't, what's the point? I know, I do know, I really do know, you know. If I don't try something I'd never do, I'll never get out of this quagmire of crap. I'll be perpetually stuck. Giggity. Delaying action for later. For later. Always making an excuse. Backing away at the last moment. I don't think I'm proud of myself, having learned to say no. But how can I be proud when it feels like so much of my life is only the way it is because I didn't learn to say it sooner? Funny. Somehow, even positive things about myself, I'm able to spin it in negatives. I know English should be good, but all I feel is, why do you not know it? It's easy. I enjoy cooking, should be wonderful, but all I feel is, look, you can't even make yourself what you like. Being attentive and considerate should be great quality, but all I feel is, why are you not like this? What's wrong with you? I just keep looking at things like and enjoy as if that's how things ought to be. Like it's nothing to be praised for. But is that really true? Maybe it could be, but if that's the case, why do other people get applauded for being worse at things than me? What if you don't know how to clean or do laundry? God forbid God forbid your clothes end up like Hannah's. She had more than her apartment. I'm surprised she didn't get kicked out sooner. I hit my head and look at the fingers on my skin. So, shake my head. So endlessly critical. Is it because criticizing was all I could do? Is it because I grew too used to the company of women that do nothing but badmouth others when no one else is listening, but when work time happens, sheep mode activates? Am I just a bad person? Because if none of these are true, then why? Why? I take a deep breath and then yell, why? I yelled and I stepped forward, arms thrown to the sides, looking upwards at the sky. Why are things this way? Why can't I have what I want? It's not like I want a lot. I just want the bare essentials, the bare minimum, what the world ought to be like. So. And I deflate. And my head, arms hanging as well. I see the reflection of my fat body. So why? Why? I take a deep breath. Head rising a bit, but still looking down. And exhale and sigh. Why? Why are they like this? Sad. I don't remember doing anything wrong. Maybe I would cry at this point. Was it when I was 10? Maybe a bit older. I think a boy in school said something mean about crying, right? When a teacher did something similar. Ever since then, tears just don't come. Rarely if I watch a movie or something, but not like they used to. Not when I was little. Not like when I was little. Not a bit. And after a brief pause, I look up. There. I'm done. And I just move to pinch myself. And as I do, a change in this space finally occurs. And that was my book. The first 3 chapters. Funny enough, the most depressing chapters in the entire book. I kind of hoped I'd get to chapter 4, but I guess we'll get there next time. Thank you for watching so far. I've enjoyed reading. I always love reading my own work because it's really good. I'm an amazing writer. I really am. Never shared it with anyone, and now I'm putting it on YouTube. Well, thank you very much for watching. Truly, I mean it. Thank you for watching. This has been very fun for me, and whether you listened or just had it on in the background, thank you for listening too. I hope you have a wonderful day, and hopefully sometime soon I will post the next few chapters. Have a nice day, maybe a nice evening, and definitely a good night. Bye bye.